As much as all of us hate hearing that, in whatever capacity it is, you need to know it. Now, granted, you need to have context to see if they're actually reasonable in what they're telling you you're doing wrong. You need to have the filter ability too. But going through life and having something other than the big out of bounds boundaries, like the IRS is going to put you in jail for not paying bills, or, a divorce or something like that. But like regular little things throughout your life of just, do it better, do it right, and keep those people in your life, because it's so easy to push out the stuff you don't want. But that's why, again, you have to have the filter of, is this critique essentially reasonable and justified or not? It's ultimately what saves people from drunk driving and all this other bad things that can happen to you pretty much easily over the course of a week. Maybe I shouldn't say this. Maybe I shouldn't say that. Maybe I shouldn't send this tweet. People actually checking you and you listen to that you have relationships with, not strangers, but you actually have relationships with. That is a big part of life.
It's interesting that your sales approach is based on relationships, and then your one key to your success is based on relationships. I don't think that's a coincidence. I think that's probably who you are. Now, the second question to follow up with that would be, how do you define success? What does that word success mean to Joe Rocky?
So, God, I was probably 25 when I did this exercise. My first sales coach, one of the other great teachers of my life, his name's Dan Hudock. He had me do this exercise, turn a sheet of paper side landscape, so there's more of it left to right, and write down the date that either your grandfather or your father died. So how old were they? And then this is your timeline. Where are you at right now? Now, what is it you want to get done between here and there? And I had about 10 massive things. Granted, they all were businesses I wanted to build. And I look at success as each time I tick one of those off and get to another one. That's my professional success, because I know what the end goal is and I know what I want to do. I essentially want to build a different alternative school system, and across all of Allegheny County, which is where Pittsburgh is at, because I know I can do it better, and I knew it would be better off for everyone involved here. But that's the end goal. I know to get there, I need to have something like $500 million. And there's a lot of businesses that get in the way that will build up to that point. And a lot of them are going to be fun, and I want to do them anyway. But it's all with that end goal. So when I look around and I see on the nightly news all the time all these things that could have been fixed if the long story short education system was better, I know that I'm actually in the process of doing something about it, rather than just complaining when a politician does nothing.
So by that definition, which the way I'm interpreting that is, you've written down these things you want to accomplish by the time that your card's going to be punched. That's kind of the idea, right?
Yeah.
Do you consider yourself to be successful?
I consider myself to be further down the road than I should be. So yes.
All right, good. Well, now, as we get ready to close out our show, I want to give you the opportunity to put your consultant hat on, which is what you are. And you've got a business called Elite Business Conversations that people can go check out at elitebusinessconversations.com. But I want to give you the opportunity to give some advice to the listeners. So if you could think back to this one piece of advice that's better than any other piece of advice that you could give to listeners who are aspiring entrepreneurs or already building something significant, what would Joe Rocky say? What's that piece of advice you would give?
So the first thought that came to my head is going to be the advice as well, is that if you feel something inside of you, you need to get it out.
Hey there, it's the real Jason Duncan. Thank you for watching this video. But if you are an entrepreneur and you've ever thought about what it's going to be like when you get ready to exit your business, I'm the guy you want to follow. So make sure that you've subscribed to this channel and go check out the link in the description, therealjasonduncan.com. Check out the resources I've got for people just like you, as an entrepreneur who's trying to get his life back, get her life back, get your time and freedom back. If that's what you want as an entrepreneur, if you're being trapped in your business, then I can help you get out of that. So go to therealjasonduncan.com. The link is in the description, and check out one of these videos. I'll see you next time.